everybody, MDpolo here at a busy Range USA in Carmel, Indiana. And today we got another HK, but this time is the P30sk with a couple interesting things. We'll talk about it at the tabletop. We are shooting Magtech, and it is 115 grain, of course 9mm. So we are, I think, exactly 10 yards out. Let's see how we do. High. That flinch. Woo. The mother all flinches. Shooting the gun. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm turning around. A little slap in the face to wake me up. Not a bad group. Okay, we're back from the range with the HK P30sk. Now, every time I get a chance to review something that came in the black box with famous red letters, I'm excited about it. It's my happy place. I love HK products. I've owned a lot of them and made a video on some of them. But this one I've never made a video on, and mostly because I've stuck with striker-fired versions of this, which would be the VP9sk or in the VP9. I do own the P30, but haven't gotten my hands on the P30sk until now. So this is hammer fired with a twist with a LEM trigger. We'll go through that because it has some fairy dust or magic dust sprinkled on it, which makes it perhaps the best carry gun for me. And I'll tell you what. Before we get into all this, I want to say thank you to everybody that subscribed to my channel. YouTube tells me that about 90% of my viewers are not subscribed to the channel, which was a bit shocking to me and a bit humbling as well. But if you like what I do and the effort that goes into making all this and buying all this stuff, you can help me out by clicking that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps me a lot in growing my channel. But also, if you hit the notification button, and it defaults to custom notification, so you need to change that to all, and then you get notified whenever I upload something to my channel, which is twice a week only. So that can help me and help me grow my channel. That would be very much appreciated. So with that out of the way, the P30sk, it's something that now that I've looked into it, I can tell you that I'm pretty much hooked. I really like it. And we'll talk about the magic dust that has been sprinkled into this that makes it, for me, absolutely amazing. It comes in the regular HK case and a very nice cutout to fit foam. And this one came with a 10-round mag with a pinky extension. We'll look into that. But also, a nice thing about it is that it accepts larger mags from the big brother, from the P30. So HK says this is a subcompact gun, 9mm of course, and the LEM trigger, the law enforcement modification trigger, is categorized as a full-time double action with a twist. So, and we'll also get into that. Subcompact, and it's got a 3.27-inch barrel, which is cold hammer forged, and it is also cannon grade steel. By the way, just so you know, every time that I use guns here at the table, they've all been pre-checked, safety checked before I bring them to the table, but there it is. So P30sk, this is a 10-round mag, and the capacity that you can get them with is 10 rounds, 13 rounds, 15 rounds, and 20 rounds. And it also accepts the P30 mags. So here's a regular P30sk mag. It's a 10-rounder made in Germany. This has the pinky extension, and it is so ergonomic. Your pinky just fits perfect. The thing is, and it's a crying shame, you got all this empty space down here, but it's not a plus anything. It's just a pinky extension. But this is perhaps the most ergonomic grip for my hand of any polymer gun that I have tried. And not only that, but it comes with 2 additional back straps, and it comes with 2 other sets of side panels. So you can customize it to your heart's content. Small, medium, large back strap. You can put a flatter or a wider back strap here and a flat back strap over here. You can do so many things to customize this exactly to fit your hand. So that is really, really cool. Okay. Here I have a P30 mag. So this is a 15 round flat base plate. And you got to be careful inserting it so you don't over insert it and hurt the gun. But this is what it looks like. The 15 round mag that is made for the P30sk and also for the VP9sk already have the sleeve built into it. So you're not going to have a risk of over insertion, but just to show you that the P30 mags work as well. So let me put this out of the way. It comes with a loader, and I believe that all the new P30s and VP9sk, P30sk and VP9sk, they already come with the 13 and 15 round mags in the box. So capacity out of the way, let's talk about the weight, which is one of the reasons why some people may not choose a gun like this in today's market. And that's one of the questions is, do you think this is still relevant in today's market compared to what's available in 2025? I'm filming this in May of 2025. It weighs 23.99 ounces, so 24 ounces unloaded. The width of this is 1.3 inches from the widest points, which are the controls. So a lot of the offerings right now coming either from Glock, the 48, from Canik, from Sig Sauer, you have, guns that have 15 round, 12, 15, 17 round capacity, also from FN, and they are an inch wide. So this is 0.37 of an inch wider than several guns available in the market today. Is that important? What are your thoughts on that? From HK, you can get them in black, and I think I've seen FDE gray and OD green, but to be honest with you, I'm not sure if I'm confusing it with a VP9sk, and this only comes in black. I don't know, I should have looked at. It's all made in Germany, and the Germans are charging 949 jelly beans for this, although here locally you can find them for less than that. Starting at the top, we've got, of course, metal sights from HK. And these are not night sights, they're dovetailed in, but these are the fluorescent where you hit them with light and they'll glow. I'm not sure if I just turn this light off, it'll be enough. Oh, yeah, kind of. So there you go. So I'm going to hit them with the other light. So maybe they can glow a little bit more. And there you go. That's what it looks like. So they work well once you hit it with light, but it's not something that's going to stay on for 24, 48 hours, anything like that. And then later on in the video, we're going to talk about the sights because there's things about them that I don't like. Fortunately, there's a lot of options, so you can customize it to your heart's content. The slide is, of course, steel, and it's got HK's hostile environment finish. It comes with front and rear serrations that are very usable. Nice roll marks here that it tells you what it is, and not a lot of lawyer talk all around it. All right, so it also has a loaded chamber indicator on the, as you see here on the extractor. It'll push even further out and it'll become tactile if it's got a round in the chamber, and you're going to be able to see more of the red than you do now. One thing that you'll find that is missing from the slide is the decocking button, because there isn't one due to the LEM trigger. Also, because of the LEM system, you do not have a spur on the hammer, so you can cock it from there. So those are two very easy ways that you can tell if it's the LEM trigger or not. It is the absence of the decocker, the absence of a hammer spur, and also you don't have here the safety, the manual safety. Okay, moving a little bit down, you got the frame, which is of course polymer. You can put a light or an accessory here. You got a 3-slot pick rail, as you see here. The controls are fully ambi, and the slide stop on both sides. There you go. They're huge. They're the size of surfboards, but I can reach it very well. The downside is with a thumbs forward grip, I'm always on it. I have to either, even if I overlap my thumbs like this to get my right thumb out of the way, my left thumb is going to be right on it as well. So more often than not, I don't get any slide lock on the last round. As far as the mag ejector, you got your typical paddle here. Now, people sometimes hit it, break their grip, hit it with a thumb. To me, the easiest thing to do it is either to hit it with my index finger or with my middle finger, and it pops right out. You can also exchange it very easily for a larger one from the P30, from the full-size P30 if you'd like. And it's tremendously easy to do. You see that pin here? You just pop that pin out. Now you got to be careful because there's a little spring in there. You pop the pin out, this just comes out. Then you put the larger one that you purchased, and you got to put the little spring back in, pop it back in, put the pin in, and that's all you have to do. So it's very easy to replace. So like I said, it's fully ambi. You got your slide catch on both sides. You got your paddle release, on both sides, and you got your ambi trigger as well. Yep, I said that. Now let's get into the trigger, because that's to me the star of the show, the way it sits here. And then we'll talk about the magic dust that was sprinkled into it. But it is the LEM trigger. And what that does, the LEM, it pre-cocks the hammer spring during the normal cycling of the gun. So you load it, you cycle it, and it pre-cocked the hammer spring. Then on the next spool, the only thing the trigger has to do is to overcome the trigger return spring, which is very light. So here you see, now, okay, let me just do it. Here, now you're in normal double action. And you see, it's heavy, much heavier than on the single action. Let's call it single action. So you break the wall, the slide cycles, and now you are in your LEM phase. You hit the wall, the slide cycles, reset, you immediately hit the wall, and it breaks. Your next one, if you let it go all the way, you're activating your LEM. So it precocks the hammer spring during normal cycling of the slide. Next trigger pull, all the trigger has to do is overcome a very, very light trigger return spring. At that point, the trigger stacks, and it works very much like a single action. So very nice. To be honest with you, it took me a while to get used to the LEM trigger. I have a P30 full size, like I mentioned, that is LEM, and I almost sold it because I just didn't give it enough time. But then when I did, it was like an aha moment. It's like, wow, that's what they're talking about. And then this one was sent to Gray Guns, and Gray Guns put their short reset trigger. And talk about an amazing, amazing thing. The change was incredible. Let me show you here. We already know the gun is safe. So we're going to disassemble it. Bring it back to this square. You turn it around. You pop the the pin. And you see it just comes out this far. You don't have to, do not take it all the way out. Just until you see the red. And then the slide just comes right out. Okay? Well, since we're here, let's take a look at that. You got your double spring captured guide rod. And just the machining, the work, the quality. This slide is so heavy. It is absolutely great. So let's take a look at this. And this is the inside. And you can see here. Let me see if I can point it here on camera. I'm not sure if it's coming through, or is it just my eyes? But when the SRT, the short reset trigger, was installed by Gray Guns, sorry for the stop, I'm just trying to figure out if I can focus it a little bit better for you. You can see here, you've got the control latch and the disconnectors. And you can see that they've been fully polished. Now, when you get them from the factory, it looks like this. And I hope you can see the difference there. So not only is it a different material, but it's been polished. You can see it right here and right there. And let me tell you, what a difference. Also, the trigger, this is what it comes with from the factory. And now it's got the straight trigger. So some people like the straight triggers, some people don't. There's a channel that I follow and I watch as many of his videos that I can, which is the Texas Gun Vault. He does great content. I like him. He seems like a really nice guy, but he does not do straight triggers. He just does not. And I get it. So it breaks at 90 degrees. And then look at this reset. Right there. HKs are not famous for having great resets or great triggers. But this, it is as smooth. I mean, there's no grit, no bumps, no nothing. It's like it's butter on rails. And look at this break. And then the reset. And no grit, no mush, nothing. It just goes straight to break. Now, normally people complain that a normal double action on this, on the LEM trigger, the first pull is going to be about 12 pounds. This, with what's been done to it, it breaks double action. It's at 5.2 pounds on a 5-pull average. Once you fire, it cycles, and you're in LEM, this here is at 3.2 pounds on a 5-pull average. Probably the smoothest trigger pull of any polymer pistol that I've tested. Absolutely love it. As far as holsters are concerned, I have this one here, which is the one I've been using, and I wish I could tell you who makes it. When I bought my P30 LEM, the guy gave me this holster that he bought for it. So if you can recognize, or if you're watching this video and it's your holster that you manufacture, can you let me know who makes it and maybe even what model it is? But this was made for the P30, which is the bigger brother, and it fits perfectly fine. Very comfortable. It's got the claw, the double metal clip, and if you can see in there, it has a little bit of room left because it's for the P30, but not a lot. It works really well with the P30sk. So now let's get into my likes and dislikes about the P30sk. And I want to start with the dislikes because I want to end on the positive note. What I don't like is that it is, we talked about it already, it's a little bit chunky compared to what's available on the market today. The other thing that I don't like are the sights that came with this model, with this particular sample. Now, like I said, you can change them very easily, but I don't like the light activated sights, and I don't like this model has the sights that are completely swept back. I mean, this transition, they're very well made. The transition is very smooth, and it rubs oil on its skin. Anyway, so if you need it for any reason, you needed to rack the slide, manipulate the slide with one hand, and you needed to rack this off your belt, your boot, whatever, you don't have the ledge to help you do that. You would need to figure out how to do it, which is a lot more difficult using your front sight. Like I said, that's easily changeable, but analyzing or looking at this particular sample the way it sits, that's one of the things that I don't like. The other thing is that they're not optics ready. The VP9sk is offered optics ready. As far as I'm aware of, the P30sk is not. Of course, you can send it to many shops that can mill it for your optic, but HK does not offer it from the factory. So my likes, well, it's a very accurate and very reliable. Zero issues with this ever. And we already talked about perhaps the most ergonomic grip for me. And the other thing that is very important is how natural it points, at least in my hands. The only one that comes close to the same natural point, pointing angle for me has been the Beretta PX4 Compact Carry by Langdon. That thing, you pick it up, take it out of the holster, percent, and it's right there. I don't have to do anything. I mean, it's just boom, percent, and it's right there. The same thing with the Compact Carry. That to me is tremendously important. So final thoughts on this. Yes, I understand they're expensive, but I think this is a perfect example of you get what you pay for. The materials used, the engineering, the years of testing, the times hundreds of thousands of rounds that HK puts through their guns while they're testing and developing. That's what you're paying for. So it's up to you if that's worth it to you. But to me, that's worth the extra money to get the materials, the reliability, the testing, everything that HK puts into this. To me, it's worth every penny. So is this the perfect carry gun for me? It could very well be. It's accurate. It's definitely. The hold on it is not a 6 o'clock hold or anything like that. Is where you put that front sight. That's where the bullet's going to go. And considering it points so well, for me, the more I shoot it, it keeps getting better and better and better. As far as a quick size comparison, I've got a Glock 48, and this is my main carry with the Apex trigger. It's got a Holosun 407K X2, and tall blacked out sights. It's got Talon grips on it. I do carry it, and it's been 100% reliable. I carry it with the 15-round mags that are available from the S15 mags from Shield Arms. Some people like them, some people don't, but to me, I've got 4 of them. They've been 100% reliable, and with Fort Scott munitions, 80 grain. Just it's a rocket in there. And so, like I said, the gun is clear. But size-wise, let me go over here, turn around a little bit, and maybe I can do a better comparison. But size-wise, It's very similar in size, just maybe a quarter of an inch shorter than a Glock 48. Tall-wise, if you don't count the optic, it's about the same. Okay, now this one has the mag in it, but if you remove the mags and try to go slide to slide, there you go. The one on the right, the Glock 48, was made to accept 10-round mags from the factory. The one on the left also has 10-round mags. This one, the Glock can only accept larger mags if you use the shield arms. The one on the left, the HK, can go, like I mentioned before, to 10, 13, 15, and 20-round capacity mags, all from the factory. So, but here is where the thing lies, is look how much thinner the Glock 48 is. You can see here. So just a size comparison for you to get a reference. So that's what I got for you today. Please let me know what your thoughts are on the P30sk. Is it still worth it? Is this in today's market? Not worth it, but is it still viable? But for me, it could very well be the perfect carry gun. So thank you, Danny, my friend Danny, for lending me his P30sk for this video. I really, really appreciate it. He gave me a bunch of guns for me to review. I've been very slow in giving them back to him, but he's been very patient, and I really appreciate that. So please let me know in the comment section, what are your thoughts on this gun, and would you buy it with today's options? All right. Please remember that I upload videos every Friday morning, and when I can on Wednesday mornings as well. My videos are uploading automatically to Rumble, and I do posting on Instagram and on X. So thank you very much for stopping by, and until the next time, God bless.